Hello, Earthlings, and welcome to Kerbal Space Program with me, the Zero Man, as always. This is actually being a redo of my last video because I kind of done goofed. I said this is 0.22, it's 0.21.1, so might as well redo the entire thing. Who knows, might do it better. So, if you're familiar with Kerbal Space, you can actually tell right now that this is a lot different. It's a lot more detailed, and there's actually a few different buildings. Still have the flagpole, still have the spaceplane hangar, still have the vehicle assembly building, the launch pad, but there's also the astronaut complex, which so far astronauts really haven't been put in much, so it's not much to talk about. There's this building here that hasn't really been described yet, which is thought to be possibly a training facility, and then you have the redone tracking station, which instead of one massive tower, it's three little ones. So I just kind of want to show off a little bit of what they've been doing recently. As you can tell, look at all the little Kerbins. Look how adorable they are. Oh. There we go. But yeah. Look, massive flag in the background. Still works. I'm very glad by that. But they added in all these little Kerbins that just kind of dawdle around and go off and do random things for no reason. But it's kind of cool, especially just watching them just drift around. That's strangely satisfying. But that isn't the major overhaul of this patch. Now, the major overhaul of this patch is actually in how SAS functions and the topography of both the moon and Kerbin itself. Now, Kerbin, I can't tell if it's been completely redone, but I know the texturing for the ground has been redone, as well as well, I'll show you here in a second. Trust me, I'll show you here in a second. So, watch. SAS, I can now turn while SAS is on, which is quite nice, actually. But as I turn the camera around, you might notice something that's never quite been there before. Notice the mountains? Yeah, those have never been there previously. Those are actually the newest addition with the redoing of the Kerbal landscape. And I actually just want to do a quick flyover of them just because, what the hey. We have little Bill Kerman here so we can do it. We're actually pulling a really nice turn. I'm kind of surprised by this. I actually love this SAS as far as just airplanes go. Airplanes work amazing with this new SAS. It's wonderful. As far as rockets, I can't tell you, but because I haven't done all that many, I haven't had a lot of time to work on Kerbal Space, sadly. I would love to work on Kerbal Space more often, but it just takes up so much time I can't be bothered. But anyway, it works wonderful with planes. The fact I can just sit here and not change any kind of orientation, and the fact that I can just kind of maneuver around with SAS on, that's a very nice change. I love that lots and lots and lots. That's probably my favorite thing, is the fact that you can actually have stable planes now, instead of trying to kind of wrestle control. That's why I hated planes, is just the fact you had to wrestle control to try and get them to do what you wanted them to do, and now they kind of actually function halfway steadily, I guess. But as you can see, the moon way off in the background. It's also been redone. It was, they added in essentially a lot more rocky terrain, a lot rougher terrain. Just, kind of makes it more challenging to land at, and also gives it more of a... It's not so featureless, essentially. it actually has kind of rocks and terrain and some kind of shape to it rather than just, oh, it's a big flat chunk of gray that we can land on. So eventually I'm going to end up taking you guys back there, probably here very soon, if I get the time to do it, which I probably will, but this is just kind of a redux of the last video because I done goofed so bad that I thought I had to redo it. And I actually really like these mountains. If I can get a closer inspection of them without dying horribly. If I die horribly, yeah, let's not say we did. Let's just slow down a little bit, kind of get it up so we can at least get some altitude over them. But yeah, if you look at the mountains, they're actually not bad. Now this kind of texturing in there is a little bit shoddy, but as far as like the sides of the mountains, it actually looks pretty good. It's just that kind of bland brown gray that I don't like. But like all of this is pretty detailed, all of this down here is pretty detailed, which is it's quite nice. You have some like tiny little ponds out here in the distance. You have like a pond out there in the distance. Yeah, there has been a lot of retexturing done, which is really nice. I quite like that a lot. So, even though this isn't a look at, you know, all of what 0.21.1 has to offer, it's kind of just a quick overview of everything, just to give a little bit of insight to what they've been doing and the massive changes that have been put in, even though this is being made way after the fact just because of reasons. But yeah, I'm looking forward to making more of these and actually rebuilding a lot of the stuff I had before and getting back to the moon and going on to Duna and stuff like that. I'm really excited to be doing it. So, until next time, guys, I have been the Zero Man, and you all have been wonderfully fantastic. Oh. Oh, what is this? Oh, it survived. That's interesting. Oh, it's still trying to do SAS! Yes! Oh, yes. Oh, that is fantastic. Okay. Okay. Thanks for watching, guys.